And back with number 2, the average annual cost per consumer for healthcare can be modeled by that function, where X is the number of years past the year 2000. And so we are asked to find the slope of the graph and explain its meaning. And so I'll explain that in words, and then I'll write it while I have the video recording paused so you don't have to sit through that. But basically, if we look at that, our slope is 427, which means that for every year past the year 2000, they're expecting healthcare costs for each person to go up by $427 a year. Okay, and you can see in my written explanation there, the slope is 427, meaning that every year past 2000, per capita healthcare costs are expected to increase by 427 per year. So this means that the cost of healthcare for each person in the United States is increasing by nearly $500 per year. And so the y-intercept of the graph, everyone, is 4,541, and that is the start. And this started in the year 2000, so this would mean that in the year 2000, the average cost of healthcare per person in the United States was $4,541. Okay. And I just took some time to write that there. So what does this model predict the annual cost per consumer for healthcare will be in the year 2020? And so for part C, we're going to use that formula that we were given, which is A is equal to 427x plus 4541. And we need to put 20 in for x because this is based off of the year 2000. And 2020 is 20 years later than the year 2000. So there we go. We can give that right to Wolfram and see what we get. So 427 times 20 plus 4541. And so what we are getting from Wolfram, everyone, is that the average cost per person for healthcare in the United States in the year 2020 is predicted to be $13,081. And I don't believe that that's too much of a stretch, given just sort of the way things are. So that being said, I'm going to write out my written response here, and I'll be right back with that. So again, the model predicts that in the year 2020, the average cost of healthcare per consumer will be $13,081. Now, bear in mind, this is an average, and so it does take into account people that do not take advantage of healthcare or need healthcare. But at the same time, it also figures in people that are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on healthcare, whether it be long-term care, heart surgeries, brain surgeries, those type of things. So that's what the model says. If you're curious how close it came, you can take the time to Google that.